This is the best action camera for FPV. I'm sorry guys, but you've been lied to. I'm sure you guys have seen the videos flooding Instagram and TikTok comparing the Osmo Action 5 Pro to the GoPro Hero 13. There are a bunch of creators out there that are being paid thousands of dollars to promote the Osmo Action 5, and DJI is sending them the GoPro Hero 13 to make videos comparing the two. The issue with this is a lot of these videos are kind of biased and aren't really a fair comparison between the two cameras. Now, this video isn't meant to be a comparison video. If you guys want me to do a comparison video, I'll make a video comparing the two action cameras. I'm just gonna tell you the reasoning that I use GoPro over the Action 5. There's really 5 main reasons that make me choose the GoPro over any other action camera whenever I'm picking the camera that I want to use for FPV. The first reason being the GoPro records in 5.3K. Now this is important to me because whenever I am editing and putting out content into the world, I want that content to be in 4K. If you film FPV in 4K, whenever you put it into the stabilization software in post, the stabilization software crops in on that footage, so you're no longer getting true 4K. When you put 5.3K footage into that software though, you have extra room to use, so whenever it crops in, you're still getting a 4K image. And while we're talking about crop, that leads me into my second point, the 8:7 crop ratio on the GoPro. The 8:7 crop ratio is huge for creators like me who want to record in both landscape and vertical. Whenever the GoPro only had 4:3, I would do 2 flights of every shot so that I could have both a vertical format and a landscape format. But now the GoPro has an 8:7 ratio, you can crop both vertical and landscape out of the same image, and you're not really losing that much because the image is almost a square profile. And this is very important for people like me who do a lot of social media, but also do YouTube, and I'm also shooting for client jobs where they want both social media content, but also want website content. There's so many reasons and so many scenarios that I need that 8:7 crop, and it's just made my life so much easier. Now, if you're filming at 5.3K and you're using the 8:7 ratio, whenever you crop vertically, you're still getting a 4K image, whereas if you're using the Osmo Action and you're filming in 4:3 at 4K, you crop in, you no longer have a 4K image. Not to mention, that 4:3 ratio on the Osmo Action, whenever you crop in, you lose a decent amount off the sides. It doesn't seem like it would be that big of a difference, but whenever you really look at it, you can tell the difference between the 8:7 crop cropped in the vertical and the 4:3 crop cropped in the vertical. Now the next big reason that I use GoPro over any other action camera is for HyperSmooth Pro, or formerly known as Real Steady. Now if you don't know what HyperSmooth Pro is, it's GoPro's specific stabilization software that you use in post to stabilize all of your GoPro footage. For me, I like HyperSmooth Pro over any other stabilization software, the main competitor being GyroFlow. I think HyperSmooth Pro gives you a cleaner and more fluid result than GyroFlow. With GyroFlow, I tend to notice that it doesn't really stabilize out the turns quite as well, and so that's why I choose HyperSmooth Pro over GyroFlow. Now my next reason is bitrate. The Osmo Action 5 Pro has a max bitrate of 120 megabits per second, whereas the GoPro Hero 13 has a max bitrate of 300 megabits per second whenever you're using GoPro Labs. Now if you don't know what bitrate is or why bitrate is important, bitrate is basically the amount of information that's held in each frame of your video. This leads to sharper detail and less compression artifacts. This is especially important for FPV footage, where fine details like rocks, trees, or water textures can get muddy at lower bit rates. So I want to maximize my bitrate for FPV so I have a sharper image and I have more data going into editing. And my last reason for using the GoPro for FPV is GoPro Labs. If you don't know what GoPro Labs is, it's a software that GoPro developed that you can install on your GoPro, and it's kind of like jailbreaking your camera. It unlocks a whole host of features that you wouldn't have access to otherwise. So for example, boosting your bitrate, or having bigger chapter sizes, or having full control over your noise reduction. There's so many features packed into GoPro Labs that you don't have access to otherwise on the camera. So yeah, those are all of my reasons that I choose the GoPro Hero 13 and GoPro in general whenever I'm filming FPV over other action cameras. I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say about the debate over the action cameras for FPV. Again, this is my personal opinion on why I choose GoPro over any other camera. This isn't sponsored. I'm not being paid by GoPro to make this video in any way. I just prefer the GoPro, and that's why I use it. And that's not to say that the Osmo Action 5 isn't a great camera. The Osmo Action 5 is a great action camera. There's just features on the GoPro that I prefer over the Action 5, and that's why I picked the GoPro. And I am set up as a GoPro affiliate, so I'll have an affiliate link in the description if you guys do choose to buy a GoPro. And if you use that link below, it will benefit me and help me produce more content like this for you guys in the future. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. If you guys liked today's video, please drop a like, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. And I'll see you guys next time.